probably one of the most exciting games I've had the opportunity to be a part of. From the offensive standpoint, I mean, both teams can have the opportunity to be very offensive, and I think what you saw tonight was a pretty impressive pitching performance by two very good pitchers. This might be the regional where the fortuitous bounces kind of actually went our way. We've had some really bad luck in past regionals, and from a kid kicking a ball into a dugout and us losing 3 runs out of it, I mean, it was just amazing. But watching this game today, and you watch the type of baseball that was played, the defense and everything, it was pretty impressive to be a part of. It really was.
We'll open up for questions, starting with the student athletes, please.
Alex with the Tribune. Aaron, through 2 innings, you were right around 50 pitches. Could you just talk about maybe what had changed? You just settle in after that?
Yeah, I think we just kind of settled in and just found the zone and commanded the fastball pretty well, and then got guys to get out in 1 and 2 pitches and then move on from there.
Shotgun Sprouting on College Baseball Daily. Aaron, once they were hitting the ball pretty well against you early in innings, were you surprised that they were only able to get 1 run? How were you able to get out without them getting more than a couple runs up?
Just keep trying to hit my spots, and they put a lot of barrel on the ball today, and I was fortunate to have the guys behind me.
Coach, you guys had played them twice before, but hadn't seen their weekend rotation guys. Bloomquist today. Could you say what makes him, so effective and how he's pitched so well?
I'll tell you what, he was pounding the zone. I mean, he threw a lot of strikes tonight. He really did. From his fastballs to his changeup, he did a really good job. The movement he has on his fastball, we actually saw him last year on a Tuesday start here, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And I actually think we saw him when he was in his freshman year at our place as well, because he was our Tuesday starter. And so we'd seen him before, but his velocity had spiked, and his breaking ball was a little bit sharper. And my gosh, he actually got better. How about that? Most student athletes have to find a way to do that. But I'll tell you what, he just did an amazing job. When you see his record, you see his ERA, you see exactly why he's out there. And I'll tell you what, like I said, just getting some lucky bounces and God being good really helped us.
Jordan Pepperdine. Talk about the mindset of the offense, specifically just staying with it and then having the big inning in 7th.
We were very fortunate, to run it and put barrel on the ball, do it out there, and try to make them make a play. And fortunately, we were on the better end of that. And then I was just trying to do my job. Hit a ball in the air, hit a ball in the middle of the infield, on the ground. And I was fortunate, to get enough air under it. And he ended up scoring, and it led to a few more runs, and it was big. We just carried into more.
Aaron, Owen Main from fansmanship.com. Talk about the defense behind you today. Shortstop, anything you play there.
No, that was huge. If I make my pitches, I'm trusting them behind me to make those plays. They've been doing that all year for me, and it's nothing new. They're just doing their job, and I'm trying to do mine.
Any additional questions for Coach Rodriguez or the Pepperdine student athletes?
Coach Rodriguez, a couple years ago you had Zach Vinci, who was the Brooks Wallace Award winner for the best shortstop. How good can Manny Jefferson be at the shortstop position? He's been tremendous for you defensively. He's starting to hit the ball a little bit better here at the end of the year, too.
Defensively, I think everybody is missing one play in this game that, in my opinion, was probably one of the biggest plays. We have one of their hitters gets on an error and then tries to go to second base, and we have a second baseman who just happens to be behind first base. You know what I mean? And to me, that is just a very heads-up part of this game that many people just go, oh my gosh, it was a great play, and then you move on to the next inning. But that's huge. That is a huge play. So that needs to be recognized. And Manny Jefferson, as soon as he stops growing, I think he's grown 7 inches in the past 18 months. So I'm still waiting for that growth spurt. But he, you know what? As soon as he can start filling out left to right as opposed to up and down, I think he reminds me of, remember Tony Fernandez from the Blue Jays, shortstop? My gosh, I'm aging myself. But I'll tell you what, he reminded me of him when he when he came to our camp, and that's what I really recognized. And you see it, and there was something about him you really liked, and you go, man, maybe in a couple years. But then he started making the plays and offensively just getting better, and then next thing you know, he makes a play like that to end the game, which, man, my goodness, that's pretty impressive.
Coach, Josh Friedman, Calcos News. Is it McClellan tomorrow?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
If so, being that he's seen Cal Poly once, is there any concern there?
I don't have concern. You might, but I don't. I mean, I really don't. I mean, it doesn't matter who we throw out there. We are going to have to play good baseball. You know, and it's like I told our guys at the end of the game when we were talking. I said, you know, there's a very fine line between excitement and nerves. And it's a fine line you can dance, because at some point you kind of lose feeling of the little things in regards to how to play. You know, because excitement is running through or whatever it is, you start to lose the touch of the ball or whatever it is, and you're kind of doing things you traditionally wouldn't do. But in regards to, I have no concerns about anything. We just need to throw the best guys out there and just continue playing great baseball.
Any more questions for Pepperdine?